Welcome to the YouTube channel Discover Macedonia. In today's video we will present to you the 5 beautiful villages in Macedonia that you should visit. Be sure to subscribe, click the bell notification, and enjoy the video. We start with the village of Brajcino. Nestled in the bosom of Mount Baba, on the east coast of Lake Prespa, just 6 kilometers from the lake is the village of Brajcino. The only Macedonian village, which since 2009 is located on the World Tourist Map with the Ecological Tourism sign. Brajcino is widely known for its great hospitality and mastery of traditional village dishes. The clear and lush Brajcinska River flows through the village, which divides the village into 2 parts. In the waters of the clear mountain river lives an endemic species of trout, which with its existence speaks of the purity of the mountain river. In the past, 12 water mills and 4 rolling mills worked in the village, on the fast watercourses of the river. A special attraction is the well-arranged village streets, and on each of their corners there are signposts, painted in different colors, each with its own meaning. Authentic country architecture, old traditional houses, built of carved stone with wooden fences, barns, ovens and stables. Brajcino offers excellent conditions for tourism development, both for domestic and foreign tourists and nature lovers. The monastery of St. Petka is 800 meters away from the village and is surrounded by beautiful nature and views of Lake Prespa. Here you can feel the untouched nature of this area, the greenery of the forest, the pure mountain air, as well as the peace and quiet. The surroundings of Brajcino are abound with lush vegetation and a diverse forest that is suitable for long walks along the marked mountain trails. Staying in Brajcino is a special and unforgettable experience. Second on our list is the beautiful mountain village of Zovik. The village population has barely 10 permanent residents, but there are a large number of tourists, mountaineers and cyclists who often visit this place. The stone bridge is one of the most beautiful architectural buildings in the Mariovo area, which encouraged the producer Milcho Manchevsky to make a part of the film Dust. And that is why it is also called a film bridge. In Turkish times, it was originally made of wood and then destroyed. But around 1955, it was rebuilt of stone, in order to maintain communication with the inhabited areas on the other side of the river. A Gradeshka river flows under the bridge. Clean and clear water has made a small canyon breaking through the rocks. Immediately next to the river, a stone mill was built in which the then population used to grind grain. Near the bridge, on a rock, there is a fresco depicting St. George as a kind of remnant of the small church that existed at that place. The village has extraordinary natural beauty, beautiful landscapes, and mountain fresh air. The beauty of the village Zovik is complemented by a stay in the Ethno House, at the bridge, which offers beautiful traditional Macedonian food, and the opportunity for night stay. The road through Mariovo, the village of Zovik, as well as the stone bridge over the Brajcino River, are a real challenge for tourists and nature lovers, and a wonderful opportunity to discover an untouched part of our beautiful Macedonia. Next in our list is the village of Dihovo, located at the foot of Baba Mountain, only a few kilometers away from the city of Belica. The road over the village takes us to the widely known Dihovo waterfall. Passing through the green meadows surrounded by lush forest vegetation, there is a small waterfall, with a deep whirlpool. During the summer, waterfall surrounded by dense forest is a preferred visiting destination for swimmers. The flowing Palister River with its waterfall and deep whirlpool is a special challenge for swimmers and jumpers in the whirlpool. Due to its location and beautiful nature, rural tourism is increasingly developing in the village. The Macedonian village of Dihovo is among the 50 best secret locations in Europe, according to the renowned tourist guide, Lonely Planet. Beautiful old traditional houses built of mud and stone, among which there are those that are 150 years old. Today the old ones are neatly maintained, and new modern houses and cottages are being built. The main village church is the Church of St. Dimitrij. It is worth mentioning that there is a smaller church of St. Nadila, which is a beautifully landscaped church with a beautiful courtyard in the lower part of the village. During our visit to the village of Dihovo, we stopped next to the famous beekeeping BN, ecologically clean and healthy natural honey, a gift from nature, collected from the flower meadows at the foot of Palister. Villa Dihovo is on the 7th place on the list of Lonely Planet for the most beautiful newly discovered places in Europe, and is the only location in Macedonia featuring in the list. The clean air of Palister and the rich cultural and historical heritage, the proximity of the city of consuls, as well as the more intensive development of rural tourism, makes the village of Dihovo a great place to visit by both domestic and foreign tourists. Near Makedonski Brod, at the foot of the mountain massif Jakopica, is located one of the most picturesque Macedonian villages, the village of Belica. The name of the village was first mentioned in Turkish documents from 1468. A place surrounded by high mountains, rocks, greenery, a beautiful view that will captivate you with the beauty of nature. In the immediate vicinity of the village there are 3 caves, which are quite interesting for speleologists, and they can be reached along the marked mountain trails. For beauty to be complete helps the clear river Belishnica, which is undoubtedly a pearl of Belica. The river is full of crystal clear and pure water, due to which it is protected as a monument of nature. The sources of Belishnica are located in the village, which is the largest tributary of the river Treska. One of the few places in Macedonia where grain mill is still used, some of which are over 100 years old. There are 5 churches in the village. The main village church is St. Panteleimon, which is located at the entrance of the village. Several fish restaurants have opened in Belica, which serves delicious fresh trout. After our walk through the village, we visited the restaurant Belica, a place where you can eat delicious fish and enjoy the river. High mountains, deep caves and clear mountain rivers are all a part of the ecosystem of the beautiful village of Belica. Visit it and enjoy the benefits offered by Belica and its picturesque untouched nature. Next, on one of the most beautiful Macedonian villages list, and at the center of the eponymous municipality, is the village of Vevcani. At the entrance of the village, we pass through a large walled gate that mark the entrance to the Republic of Vevcani. Vevcani is located at an altitude of about 900 meters, a large and spacious village with a city charm. It is located on the slopes of Mount Jablanica, 14 kilometers away from Lake Ohrid. Near the village Vevcani are one of the most famous and most visited springs in Macedonia, Vevcani Springs. At the very beginning of the trail, they inspected our Vevcani passports, a wonderful souvenir from the Republic, and one of the symbols of independence of the self-proclaimed state in a state, Vevcani. Vevcani Springs consist of 7 smaller springs that combine to form the course of the river Matica, better known as the Vevchanska River. The road to the springs is paved with paths, bridges, chapels. In the immediate vicinity there are several souvenir shops, where you can buy a souvenir from the sources, for only a few Vevcani banknotes. Walking on the beautifully arranged paths around the springs, we had the opportunity to enjoy the springs themselves, the untouched nature of Vevcani, the clean air of Jablanica. The strong water moved the millstone, the upper one about 100 years old, and the lower around 150 years old. The grain grinds between the 2 stones, in an old traditional way, turning the grains into flour. More than 300 years old, this is one of the few mills in Macedonia that is still operating. There are several hotels, apartments and boarding houses with restaurants in the village of Vevcani. Every year on Vasilica, on January 13 and 14, the traditional Vevcani Carnival is held. Vevcani people from all over the world gather at home to take part in the only show, richly filled with red wine, in which there is a place for every well-meaning person with a carnival spirit. The carnival is characterized by impressive masks, mystery, improvisation, a carnival that has existed for at least 15 centuries. Since 1993, Carnival has been a member of the Association of European Carnival Cities. There are 19 churches in Vevcani. The main village church is the Church of St. Nicholas. The house of the family of the famous physicist Mihajlo Pupin is located in Vevcani. The old house in which, today, there is a restaurant and rooms for rent. Beautiful old traditional houses built of mud and stone, among which there are those that are 150 years old. Today the old ones are neatly maintained, and new modern houses and cottages are being built. Beautiful open summer stage amphitheater in Vevcani, where a number of artistic and cultural activities take place. Vevcani offers clean spring water from the widely famous Vevcani Springs, ecologically healthy and natural food, grown on the Vevcani fields and mountains. The opportunity to walk on the mountain paths of Jablanica, a real rarity, that can be felt in the beautiful Vevcani. Thanks for watching, stay with us and enjoy our previous videos.